Hello everyone, welcome to Carnivorous Plants Hub. Carnivorous plants have long fascinated botanists and enthusiasts alike with their unique adaptations for capturing and digesting prey. Central to growing these remarkable plants is the equipment that we use in their day-to-day care. Today I'm going to be giving a list of equipment that I wish I had before starting my carnivorous plant collection. Some of these I consider necessary, while others are luxury and just help make things a lot easier. Although a few of these are pretty specific to Venus flytraps or other carnivorous plants, most of the things on the list are great for regular houseplants as well. I think the 7th item on the list is probably the most essential of them all. It would be the first thing I advise all carnivorous plant growers to invest in before buying their first plants. I also think that it's really important to mention that I own and use every piece of equipment that I'm recommending today. I think it's important to own and use things before telling other people that they should spend their hard-earned money to go and get them. I don't like recommending things that I have not used personally myself. It's also worth noting that nothing on this list is over $50 for an individual item, with most things being under $15. Most of this stuff is not breaking the bank, but can make a huge difference in your day-to-day carnivorous plant care. Let's go ahead and start with one that you probably have for your other plants, but if you don't yet, I strongly recommend getting one of these soon, and that's a long neck watering can. Watering cans come in all shapes and sizes, but I strongly recommend getting one that has a long neck. At first, your plants might be pretty easy to water, but as you start collecting more plants, they get harder and harder to reach with watering. Having a long neck watering can makes it easier to water those hard to reach plants or water trays. Most carnivorous plants are watered from the bottom through a tray, and often when there's lots of plants together, it gets really hard to get to those trays. Having a long neck watering can makes this a lot easier, and is something you definitely should add to your collection. This one is actually really underrated, and it's not something that you think you need up front, but after you have this, you're not sure why you waited so long. And that's a tweezer and scissor kit. You can actually get these in small kits that have both the scissors and the tweezers together. This is the kit that I have for myself, and it's been working really well. I use the tweezers to feed my plants insects, pull away dead growth, and help me repot. I use the scissors to cut off flower stalks and old dead growth. Oftentimes I use these in tandem. I'm cutting and then tweezing at the same time. It's really helpful to get off a lot of the dead growth. I held off on getting a set for a while, which was silly since they're usually under $10. Now that I have them, I can't imagine maintaining my carnivorous plant collection without them. Okay, this one isn't exactly a piece of equipment. I guess unless you print it out, then it technically is a piece of equipment, but a good plant tracker is really handy to have. Maybe you want to track how often you're watering your plant, or maybe you want to go back and see when you last repotted it. Keeping a good detailed plant tracker makes caring for plants so much easier, especially if you have multiple plants in your collection. You can just print it out, use a pen or pencil to fill it in, and then just file it away somewhere. Or if you're like me, you can use Microsoft Paint and fill it in with colors. Simply save it when you're done and bring it back up again to edit. Both ways work great. Some people really like the physical paper, while others really like having that digital record. It's really totally up to you. Either way, 100% free of charge. In the upper left, you'll see a link. You can go to the description or the pinned comment, and that link is clickable. Just enter your email and I'll send you a free plant tracker and Venus flytrap care sheet. You can use the tracker to help maintain and organize your plant collection. I promise once you start using it, you'll be happy you did. We have too much to remember every day. Let your tracker do all your plant care organization for you. If you're finding this video useful or entertaining, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. My dream is to start a carnivorous plant nursery someday, and you being here, liking, subscribing, commenting, and even just watching the video all the way to the end is really helping support my dream. So I thank you, but let's go ahead and get back to it. Next on the list is actually something I just picked up recently, and now I'm wondering what took me so long. These portable repotting mats are just amazing. They really help keep your mess to a designated area. Whether I'm repotting or I'm trimming some dead growth off of a Venus flytrap or other carnivorous plant, having one of these mats has made the cleanup so much easier. They snap in the corners for an easy pickup. They're usually under $10 as well, so I have no idea why I waited so long to get such a simple yet effective plant care accessory. Particularly with Venus flytraps and other carnivorous plants, a good strong grow light is 100% essential if you're growing your plants indoors. I strongly recommend getting a good grow light before you get the plant home. I have some recommendations. The Sansi 36 watt bulb is fantastic for a 1 to 5 plant collection. These bulbs use a standard E26 socket and fits into most lamps that regular light bulbs do. You can get these really cheap clamp lights to give your Sansi bulb a place to plug in and clamp down. This can be an easy way to give your small plant collection plenty of light. If you have a few more plants and keep them on the shelf of some kind, you can get the Barina 2-foot or even 4-foot grow lights. Put 2 of these on a shelf and it will give your carnivorous plants, including Venus flytraps, plenty of light. I recommend probably 8 to 10 inches away for probably 12 to 14 hours a day for fly traps. These full spectrum LED lights are amazing and keep many of my personal carnivorous plant collection full of the light that they need, especially during the winter months. These keep all my tropical carnivorous plants and some of my Venus flytraps alive and strong all winter long. Having a good timer to go along with your grow light is almost a must. I used to just turn my lights on manually, but would find myself jumping out of bed at strange hours to go turn my lights on because I forgot. A good little timer like this BN link will do wonders for your peace of mind. It's fully customizable and includes 2 3-pronged outlets to use. You can set the lights to come on every day at the same time, or customize which days of the week you want them to click on. It also has a battery on the inside, so if your power goes out, it actually retains its settings and keeps going when the power comes back on. It has plenty of customizable options and has made my indoor grow light life so much easier. I love these little timers and I own probably 5 or 6 of them. I definitely give them a strong recommendation. This piece of equipment has always felt optional, but now that I have them, I wouldn't give them up for anything. My Govee hydrometers have become an essential piece of carnivorous plant equipment. They help me monitor my temperatures, humidity, dew point, and vapor pressure deficit. I have one in the grow tent that I keep inside and another in my grow tent that I keep outside, mostly for dormancy. Both of them are vital to the success of my plants, but provide me different details. My indoor tent gives me good readings on humidity and max temps. The outdoor Govee gives me good readings on low temps and humidity. I have my outdoor Govee hydrometer synced up with the Govee smart heater. This allows me to sync their data and turn the heater on when the temps get really low. I have alerts set to max temperatures and low temperatures, so I know when I need to either turn on a fan inside or turn on my heater outside. They help keep your historical data so you can go back and look at different trends. You can even export your data into Excel to really dig in and analyze and organize the data. I had more plants survive dormancy this year than I ever have in the past, and these Govee hydrometers were a big part of that. It was much easier to regulate the temperatures with real-time data being fed to me. They're only around $25 for 2 of them. I definitely give the Govee hydrometers a very strong recommendation. I have a lot more important pieces of equipment to go over with you, but before I do that, I want to show you how you can get your hands on your very own Venus flytrap or other carnivorous plants. I'm so excited to be teaming up with California Carnivorous. They are one of the most experienced and knowledgeable carnivorous plant nurseries in the entire world. They have a massive selection year-round of all types of carnivorous plants. There will definitely be something in their nursery that you fall in love with. On top of that, they have been generous enough to offer my viewers an exclusive 10% discount on their order when they enter Bug Eater at checkout. That's BUGEATER, Bug Eater. I have links in the description and the pinned comment, so you can head on over and pick out the perfect carnivorous plant to add to your collection. You know you deserve it. Let's go ahead and head on back to the video. This is probably one of the most important pieces of equipment for a brand new carnivorous plant owner. One of the most popular questions that I get on my YouTube channel is regarding water sources. Can I use bottled water? Can I use creek water? Can I use rainwater? Can I use my tap water? Watering carnivorous plants is tricky because you need pure water that has the minerals and dissolved solids removed. A zero water pitcher will do just that. I can get almost 50 gallons of water per filter, and I get 2 filters for $30. Buying distilled water at the store can cost over $1 a gallon. A zero water pitcher will save you a lot of money over time. Once the filter starts producing higher ppms, you can measure this with the included TDS meter, and then you can throw away that filter and put on the new one. When I first started collecting carnivorous plants, I used to buy gallons of distilled water at big box grocery stores. I ran out a couple times, and I went out to the store only to find that they were out of stock. I had to run all over town to try to find a gallon of distilled water. This problem is solved with the zero water pitcher. I keep a pitcher with an extra filter on hand at all times. I always have water in a pinch. I did make a full video dedicated to the zero pitcher with a lot of data and info if you're interested. I'll pop that video up on the screen at the end so you can click over and check it out. It is important to check out that video because if you live in an area that has really hard water, the zero water pitcher might not be a great option for you. I explain all of that in that video, so please check it out. Now that we talked about the zero water pitcher, it would probably be a good time to talk about picking up a TDS meter. Do you remember what my most common question is? Can I use, and then go ahead and insert any random water source for my carnivorous plants? My answer is always the same. I can't say for sure unless I measure it with the TDS meter. The good news is a TDS meter is cheap, they're only around $10, or if you decide to pull the trigger on a zero water pitcher, they actually come with one you can use. Carnivorous plants are sensitive to dissolved solids in water. Almost all tap water contains these solids. The only way to know for sure is to measure the water with a TDS meter. Check out that video for the zero water pitcher to learn more about how to use and what to watch for when using a TDS meter. When we're repotting plants, it's super common to get some substrate on them. During these times, I always go to my core gear mister. I love my core gear. Not only is it a good accessory for your plant collection, but they're a lot of fun to have in the summer. They come with a neoprene zipped sleeve to help keep your water cool in the hot summer heat. I use them to mist my tropical plants like my nepenthes and to spray dirt off of my other plants after I've repotted them. I just repotted a ping the other day and accidentally got substrate all over it. It was a super easy fix, just spray it off with my mister. Other people like to use the misters for fertilizing as it uses a gentle spray and has good coverage. I have one in red and gray, and I use them for my plants and other stuff in the summer. My kids play outdoor 3-on-3 basketball tournaments in the summer. We bring these to spray them off in the heat. Not just for plants, the Core Gear Mister is great to own for plant use and for summer fun. As your plants grow, they will need to be repotted, and then they'll need to be divided. It's important to make sure that when this happens, you have a good plant label ready so you can label your clone. Never tell yourself you'll remember the plant. I can promise I have made that mistake more than once. Always label after repotting. You can get them as super basic white labels, or you can upgrade to get these really neat wooden bamboo markers that look really great. I use both in different situations. I also strongly recommend getting a good pencil. Yes, that's right, you heard that correctly, a pencil. This is something I learned from Damon over at California Carnivores. Pens and markers always fade on these plant labels, even the permanent ones. Get a good pencil. The pencil will stay on the label much longer. Remember, links to all these are in the description and the pinned comment. Make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing carnivorous plant content. I really hope to catch you in my next video. Bye!